Shalom Yisrael. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to those Le'akim that's preached the word in all truth and sincerity, along with your Israelite foreign brothers that are like the heathens, but the line of outside goes back to the nation of Israel, which the nation of Israel are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans through the prophecies and curses of Deuteronomy 28 chapter and throughout the Bible. So this is Brother Yakar Amam for the lesson. And today's lesson will be entitled The Trial of Your Faith. I was going to go on some precepts and go on the spirit. And Lord willing, you brothers and you sisters out there be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shimon Shai. Because as it says in the book of Sirach, 2:1 in the Apocrypha, Sirach 2:1, it says, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, Yahweh Shimon Shai, prepare thy soul for temptation." Right, because that's one thing about, serving Yahweh Shimon Shai in all truth and sincerity. We go through a lot of temptations, a lot of trials and tribulations, man. We catch hell in this truth, but ultimately, the Lord is molding us to be, molding our inward man to be stronger, because, we come into some harsh times, which is Jacob's trouble, when, we won't have to really be on a level, man, in regards of having a strong spirit and be strong-minded in the faith, so, and also for us to be numb, the Lord allows us to go through all these trials and tribulations so we could be numb when it does happen the next time to us, because the Lord, it talks about in the book of Proverbs, chapter 24 and verse 5, and it reads, "A wise man is strong, a man of knowledge increase of strength." That's right. So, this is talking about a wise man of the Lord, the elect. So in order for the Lord to make us strong mentally, he has to have us go through, things that we had never been through before, man. And sometimes when the Lord tries you, sometimes a blessing, sometimes you may think that the blessing is going to come a certain way, but the Lord has it come a different way, as you anticipated, as you didn't anticipate it to be. For example, you may have apply for apartment. You may have applied for a couple apartment places, right? And then you get approved for one, but the Lord didn't have it go through. But that same property management company can tell you that, oh well, we have another unit that's available as well that's vacant. The Lord might have you move into that one, even though you wanted to move into the first one. You desired the first one, but the Lord made you move into the second one. It wasn't what you wanted, but the Lord still blessed you at the end of the day. So some, like I did a lesson last week that was entitled, "The Lord is Always on Time." The Lord never forsake his servants that put their trust in him. And it actually says that in Psalm 37, because we sigh and cry, for, sigh and cry for all the abominations that have been done in the midst thereof, man. You see? And I'm just trying to find it. Let me see. Yep. This is Psalms 37, verse 28. And this is a psalm of King David, by the way. And it reads, "For the Lord Yahweh loveth judgment, and forsaketh not his saints." See, the Lord doesn't forsake his saints, man. Which the saints are the Israelites, beginning on with the elect. So the Lord doesn't forsake his saints, man. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. And that's right. The Lord's going, the elect is going to be preserved and be delivered, and the seed of the wicked is going to be cut off. They're going to be destroyed, man. Because the seed of the wicked, which is Esau Edom, he hinders us in a lot of things that we want to do in the society, man. But which really it's the Lord that's putting the spirit on Esau to do it, because Esau is the Lord's whooping stick. So we wasn't meant to prosper in this kingdom. America, Babylon the Great, because this is Esau Edom's kingdom, man. But let's read 1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 7. And it reads that the trial of your faith, see, and when you're on trial, when you have a court case and you're on trial, sometimes the trial, be long, it be prolonged. So in the spiritual sense, sometimes the Lord can make you go through a long, drawn out affliction. For example, you may go with a period for a while without, you might be down financially. You might not have, a job for a while, for a couple months, but the Lord still will make sure that, you have your daily necessities and you're fed and stuff, man. You have a roof under your head, or you might have go for a long period of time of not having a car or something, But this is all the trial of our faith, man. This is, at the end of the day, all the temptations and hell that we go through is all according to our story, because Lord willing, we are part of the elect, and that we be written in the book of life. All these things that we went through will be talked about in the will be talked about in the kingdom and written about in the book of life. Just as we read about, our righteous forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We read about Yahweh Shai on how, he was dealing with, wicked Israelites. All our righteous forefathers, because it's well, let me just get this first, because trials from the Greek word dokimion, which means the proving, that by which something is tried or proved, a test. Yeah, so the Lord is always testing us, man. And that's another thing too. The Lord, when we go catching hell, we can't curse the Most High and die, man. Because that's what Job's wife did. Job had integrity. He knew that the Lord, as it says, and just find it real quick, Job 1, I believe it's in Job 2. Let's see, when Job said, this is Job. I start at Job 2 and verse 9. This is after after Job had went through hell, man. He lost his children. Brothers can read the whole account. But this is Job 2 and verse 9. It says, then said his wife unto him, dost thou still retain thy integrity? Curse Yahweh and die. So this is what Job's wife did, man. Said, here it is when they was prosperous and stuff. She wasn't speaking none of this stuff that she said. But soon as the Lord, the spiritual demons, the Lord caused the Heavenly Father Yahweh caused the spiritual demon Satan to afflict Job everything that they had. Then, she started, the true feelings came out. It said, but verse 10, this is the point. But he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish woman speaketh. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of Yahweh, and shall we not receive evil? And all this did not Job sin with his lips. So right. So, we're gonna receive evil, dealing with balance, because the Lord is about balance. False balance is an abomination to the Lord. So, we're gonna receive good at the hand of the Most High, but we also gonna receive evil. So it may be certain times in our life, be walking in this truth, when it might be a certain time when prosperous, everything working out in our favor, But then, comes, the afflictions. You catching hell. It's time to catch hell again. And that's just the short time that I've been in the truth. I experienced that. It's been times when everything going good, everything prosperous, the Lord making everything cool, but then the Lord, afflict me. But rather both situations, rather good or bad, the Lord always delivers me. You know, uh, delivers me out of all situations, man. You know, and that reminds me of what it says in Psalms. And I'm gonna come back to 1 Peter 1:7, but sometimes other precepts come to mind. This is Psalms 34 and verse 19, and it reads, "Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord Yahweh delivered him out of them all." And that's right, man, and that's true. We do go through a lot of affliction in this truth, you know, but the Lord delivers us out of them all, man. Because sometimes we can have anxiety, like, man, where I'm gonna live, and you may have lost your apartment or your house or something, or your job, or you have financial issues, or car issues, or women issues, and you're just trying to find a way out, man. That comfort, and sometimes the Lord can put spirit on individuals in the world to help you out. That'll be a form of comfort too, and the brotherhood, man. The Lord uses brothers, to help you out too, man. So it's a blessing to have the brotherhood, man, because some brothers is quiet, some brothers is more talkative, they more outgoing, they can talk, they're easy to talk to people, but some brothers is not, and sometimes the Lord can use brothers in the faith to help you out in certain situations, man, so it's a blessing to have the brotherhood too, man. It's a blessing to have this truth in the brotherhood, because it's not only, the scriptures do talk about work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. So yeah, it is an individual thing, but it's also about the body too. The brotherhood, man. Dealing with balance, you see. But let's go back to 1 Peter 1:7. 1 Peter 1:7, and the Lord has to do these things to us in order to make us calm and have a long suffering and patient spirit when bad things happen to us, man. And we always got to remain spiritual, because, sometimes Satan can come creep in our minds and we act carnal, but we can't be like that, man. First we got to remain spiritual and just let the Most High handle it, man. Everything that happened was meant to be. This is 1 Peter 1:7. It says that the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perishes. Yes, because gold is a very precious metal. So our faith, the trial of our faith, is way more precious than gold that perishes, man. You see, because the Lord deals with the inward man. The Lord cares about. The Lord doesn't look on the outward appearance. He looks on the inward man, looking for a man with integrity that fears him, that does what he says. It says, though it be tried with fire, and that fire represents the afflictions, catching hell. It says, might be found to praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. That's right. So, yeah, when we do go through things, man, it's all for the glorification of Yahweh Shah, because the Lord can do marvels, man. The Lord can have you, you could have went through a situation when there was no way out, like, damn, but the Lord can do a miracle, and then you be delivered from that situation, man. And that's a light thing to the Lord, So at the end of the day, I just got to keep our faith and keep continuing to strive for the truth and the death, and the Lord's going to fight for us, man. I just end off on that. Sirach 4:28, and it reads, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord, Yahweh Shemashai, shall fight for thee. That's right, man. So that's all we got to do. God can strive for the truth of the death and put the Lord first, and the Lord's going to fight our battles for us, man. So, Lord willing, Ak was edified. And until next time, Shalom.